First and foremost, we give all honor, glory, and praise due to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakabadash. Also, we give the honors to the elders and apostles, that great known songs, teaching in truth and sincerity, and also who rule well. Peace citations to the whole fall love to the scattered corners of the earth, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native American Indians, the true Israelites that's coming out the elect nation of Israel. This is your Wanathon, from Great Millstone, Detroit, is coming back at you with another lesson, inspiration, just watching the elder Manasseh Zakba, so-called, you might be an Edomite, you might be a Jake, but it's not necessarily a color thing, because it all goes on to the seed of your forefathers that's, of Israel. So if you're an Israelite that's coming from the lineage of Jacob, you're an Israelite. But just so-called, we just call him, Edomite for just example, say for the edification of the video. But no, man, you are going into slavery, man. You gonna burn over here, and then through the loins of your forefathers, which you are your forefather, you're going to go into captivity, man. So first thing I got from that, I was like, Revelation 13 and 10. We can start at 9. And this reads, if any man have an ear, let him hear. All right, here's the point. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So, the Israelites had to go through it. We went through slavery. We were murdered, so on and so forth. So why would not happen to you? The Lord is just. He deals in duality, and he doesn't believe in a false balance, man. And I always love giving, Proverbs 11 from the top, because it goes to show that the Lord is truly, he's fair. Whatever happens, they always say what goes around comes around, or you might have that saying, karma's a bitch, or payback's a bitch. So this is karma. This is your karma. This is your payback for dealing with the things that you did to the Israelites, man, his favorites. So let me grab this Proverbs 11 real quick. This is Proverbs 11 and 1. And it says, a false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. So you think you did all this. Now let's just put it in we know that Esau is so-called devil, and you had that Christianity mind that that Esau did all this to the children of Israel, and heaven and hell did exist. You think that you're gonna be, just in harmony with the person or the people that slaughtered you? No. Like a brother said, I agree with him. If that was the case, I'll have a whole attitude in the kingdom, But nevertheless, he was also going into, oh man, that happened back then, bro. I didn't have nothing to do with that. But honestly, you did. When you die, you come back to the Heavenly Father, and then you come back every 3 to 4 generations, or whenever the Lord wants you to come back. You are your forefathers. Everybody when Yahweh Shai returns, is going to be the same people that crucified him, who witnessed go up on that cross, so on and so forth, man. All right? That's why it tells you in 12 and 22? Oh, 14 and 22, Isaiah. It's 12, I think it's 12 or 14. Let's get it. Yeah, it's 14 and 22. And it reads, for I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon, the name and remnant and sons and nephews, saith the Lord. And you see how it's getting all to the males of, the lineage. These are males because why? The lineage comes from the man, either Israelite or heathen, Esau. The seed always comes from man. All right, but he's going to eradicate that whole lineage, man, that you come from. And like I said, that's why even 2/3 are going to be destroyed for all the bullshit and not coming back to the Heavenly Father. Now, they're going to be in the kingdom of heaven, but they're going to come through the loins of the elect. All right? So it's just not, oh, man, the Edomites is going to be, y'all going to be destroyed, but it's going to be many nations too. All right? And they're going to go into slavery as well. The only one who's going to be ruling is the Israelites, man. That's why you get Matthew the 24th chapter in the 31st verse, I believe. It reads, no, 30, I'm sorry. This is Matthew 24 and 30. And it says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Yeah, because he's going to be having an army with him. But it says many nations shall mourn, because it's going to be a lot of bloodshed. It's going to be a lot of deaths, man. And it says tribes, so it's not just going to be just Edom. It's going to be all the other tribes, the heathens, the Edomites, and 2/3 of the nation of Israel. All right? But my point being, you're not trying to get off point, but yeah, you're going to have to pay for what you guys did. All right? Let me get this one. This is Zechariah chapter 1 and 15. And it says, I am very sore displeased with the heathen, that they are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they hope for the affliction, because y'all added double time. Y'all took it into turbo, y'all took it into overdrive when y'all were over us. And we got the receipts, man. You have a long list of receipts, and that's why you are definitely going to be the main ones that's going to be the lowest of the low when the kingdom of heaven is going to be established. Okay? So let me grab some more. Let me get Exodus 34th chapter. Because it's not just you just gonna be on this earth and then you just think you just gonna be just didn't have to pay for what you did in the past life. Yeah, that's even y'all version of Christianity got y'all in a trick bag that got y'all in a checkmate. All right, yeah, you listen to that, that Edomite pastor, let's go to heaven, let's go to heaven. It's being silly, but if y'all would have known that reincarnation was real, and y'all back then, y'all never would have done the things. Yeah, shit, y'all probably still would have, because Esau sold his blessing, so he probably didn't care about the future. But now, probably y'all are regretful. But let me get back to the point. This is Exodus 34, and let's start at 6. And it says, and the Lord passed by before him and proclaimed, the Lord power, merciful and gracious and long suffering and abundant of goodness and truth. And the Lord is, those things, all those qualities. And y'all definitely took that to the highest of y'all advantage, to play on his long suffering, especially when y'all did to the children of Israel that there's no saving. Verse 6, and it says, and the Lord passed before him and proclaimed, I'm reading that again, it's locking. Verse 7, keeping thy mercies for thousands, forgiving the iniquities and transgressions and sins. It will by no means clear the guilty, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children and upon the children's children, children's children's, unto the third and to the fourth generation. So you come back. So whatever you did in the past life, let's do it like this. So if you was the one to do anything to Yahushua, you pierced him, gave him, gall, humiliate him, you're back here today. So the Lord can get the revenge for what you did to him in your past life. All right, reincarnation is biblical, man. And like I said, for the children of Israel and for the heathens that had part, y'all are going to go and pay for what you did. So I got two more scriptures. Let's get Psalms 83 because it gives you a list of people that had help trying to take us off from being a nation, man. Psalms 83. And it reads, let me start, 4. It says, they have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. So they try to cut us off from being, knowing who we were, knowing that we are Israelites, knowing what tribe we coming from, knowing the heritage and the things that are a part of us through Yahushua and what he gave us. And it says, for they have consulted together which one consent. They are confederate against thee. So these are the nations that wanted to link up. It's like, yo, bro, we need to get these Israelites out of here. It says the tabernacles of Edom, so-called white man, the Ishmaelites, so-called Arabics, Moab, some kind of the Asians, and the Hagarenes, Gabaal, and Ammon, and Amalek, basically the chief of Edom, the elites, the higher ups, so on and so forth. The Philistines and then the inhabitants of Tyre. So that was y'all plan. So because Ishmael, they were into slavery, helped sell the lumber to build the ships. I saw with Christopher Columbus when they came over here, the Native Americans, what happened to the Negroes, those transatlantic slave ships, so on and so forth. Okay? So this is the things that you've done. So why not? So why wouldn't you, get paid back? It was another one I wanted to give. Slovakia. It was another one. Well, that's just Satan for you. But Lord willing, I hope this video was edifying. And again, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. And again, double honors to the elders and apostles, that great millstones teaching the truth and sincerity, and also who well. Peace and salutations to the whole world.